amazing show of XTRA. I am your host, Sylvania Ambani, and of course today I am joined by a very amazing lady who actually has come today to give us a lesson on how to look.
Oh my God! Kuchocha tu, yani Sylvania. First of all, how do you not say action?
Guys, please welcome Miss XTRA.
Thank you so much for having me. Which camera do I salimia my people, my country people? Okay. How are you guys? I'm Katiti Kitsetsa, and
yes.
Thanks Sylvania for having me, and we'll get to him. We'll get to him later. We thank God for blessings that are unexpected, Sylvania.
I know,
it is through our friends.
Yes.
Watch it we back story. Watch it back to story.
She's a very powerful blogger. I think you guys have watched some of her episodes on YouTube. It's called Katiti and Kid, right?
Yes, the Katiti and Kid show. I mean, this is not my first time here with you. First of all, congratulations to this, upgrading and elevating. Last time it was a one-woman show. Now it is balanced, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So I'm really proud of you, and to be honest, the last time I was here, I really enjoyed the conversation we had, and I feel like when I shared it to my friends, they resonated with everything we talked about. So coming back for me was a no-brainer. I mean, family for life.
Exactly.
Yeah, one time. Because you need to introduce. Kuja kwa nyumba yako. Oh, sawa.
Please, Elvis, what do you have to say for yourself? You are making my show taking a very different course.
I like her already. I mean, she's already good vibes. Good vibes. We've not had such a guest like her in a long minute. Most of our guests will come on.
Unasema hivi sakila wapa. Unasema hivi sakila wapa. Hata mimi unaweza sema hivi nikienda.
Umdema amekamnubaya.
Kabisa.
So welcome.
Thank you for having me, Elvis. You're clearly a breath of interesting air, not fresh, because she's fresh to death.
Okay, guys. There's one man who we all need to salute this week. There's this guy called Daniel Moura, a conductor, who actually gave us all hope for humanity by returning a lump sum amount of money that he collected from some of the passengers. One of the passengers had actually dropped their wallet that had 30,000 Kenya shillings. Yani Daniel.
What work does Daniel do?
He's a matatu conductor.
And he picked up money that
wallet,
was okay.
Yes. And he actually returned it to this passenger that he was able to locate him and actually give him the money, all of it.
Must be nice. I can't relate. Can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know. Can you? No, we are just here to be honest. A lot, my sister, I can get on an SGR and potea Indiani for a month. Umenela mwezi. Na hata sijaenda kwa hoteli. Kidogo tununue shamba hata ujui wewe. 30,000. Let me tell you something. Listen, let me just be honest. There are things that happen to people for a reason.
Yes.
If your first instinct is to do something, then that is the right thing. Whether to other people it is wrong or right. Because there are no coincidences in life. That's what I feel. I don't know about you, Elvis. I feel like there are no coincidences in life. And when acha nikwambie kitu ikakuangukia kwa mkono, we give thanks to God and you pray that He will guide you to do the right thing. If the right thing is returning to owner, then that's the right thing. If the right thing is going to pay your loan that you didn't know pesa zilikuwa zitoke wapi, na for sure you'd lose, whether it was your house or your car or your means of survival. Allah, I feel like I am no one to judge anyone.
And the interesting part is that Daniel actually, he's married and his wife is 9 months pregnant.
Oh wow.
Going to give birth. And for him, for someone else to see like this is manna from heaven, my wife is about to give birth. There's a new.
But you know what I interpret from that? 30,000 kuirudisha, him having that gut instinct kuirudisha inamaanisha itarudi as 3 meter. That's that. If you decide, because there's a consequence to everything, in as much as we are not here to judge, understand that everything has a consequence. There's no right or wrong, but each, for every action, causality and all of that. At the end of the day, 30,000 ukirudisha, most likely itakuje kwa 3 meter. 30,000 ukika nayo itakuwa 30,000.
No.
What do you think? What do you think?
This is and it happens to me, I think, sometimes. Nimeingia kwa matatu, nimerudishwa change more. Trust me.
Tumejijua, tushajijua.
The cycle is wewe pia utapoteza.
Exactly.
So if you decide to stay with it, ni sawa, stay with it, but just know hapa tu mbele utalipa.
Well, that is true. But I don't real. Karma is absolutely real. That is fact. But
it's no longer real. Karma is instant.
Well, I don't know. Well,
no delays.
It depends. It's just how guilty you feel about things and your understanding. That's what I'm saying. Your understanding of what is right or wrong. That will always differ with other people. And what I'm trying to say is, people shouldn't feel pressure to take action on things based upon what they've been told is right or wrong. Afadhali udil na the consequences of your decision, but you have peace of mind while not trying to people please. You understand what I'm saying?
But I think we should encourage people to do,
the universal thing.
I will tell you an experience.
Because maybe that person was going to pay a hospital bill. Maybe they have more problems than the conductor.
Or maybe that person has stolen that money as well. That is half a possibility. That was their karma. Losing it was their karma. Yeah, you can look at it on both sides.
Elvis losing it maybe was their karma.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys an experience.
Excuse me.
I was, taking a ride in this matatu of ours, and then this conductor, when they were collecting money from everyone, and he just jumps me. You understand? He doesn't take money from me, and I watch him go all the way to the back, and these voices are in my head.
I know.
But at the end of the day, I want to say good one, and I actually called him back. I told him, take this man. I was wondering why. I told him he didn't charge me.
Yeah.
And he was so happy. He told me thank you, and the thank you was from the bottom of his heart.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And you might have changed his life. You know why? Unaweza pata yeye ule conductor mwenye you sema gari ukipana ni 30 bob ukikaa ni 40. But through you taught him it's better to be nicer to people. But I feel like at the end of the day, whatever your heart tells you to do is never wrong. You just have to realize everything has a consequence.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Everything.
Karma is instant.
Indeed.
It's not real.
Indeed. The time is now.
Yeah. And there's something interesting that happened at a Ugandan campus, guys.
Oh, wow. Uganda and campus are two very dangerous words to put together.
There's this Islamic university in Uganda that has suspended 23 students on allegations of engaging in sexual relationships.
Sounds like
the institution's regulation.
Sounds like someone you know.
Well, let me just read the quote that the university coordinator said. He said the students were found guilty of coupling and having sex on campus, which is contrary to the university rules and regulation. He also said that others were found guilty of theft of property, consuming alcohol, and other narcotic drugs, pregnancy, and staging acts of violence in the campus. I mean, is this the definition of all the campuses we have in this world?
You know what, I want to hear what Imran has to say first. Is why
well, it's an Islamic institution, so I sort of kind of understand. But I don't know. I mean, because when you come, back home.
Back home, yeah. Let's just take, bring that picture back to our own campuses, right here in Kenya.
Bringing it back home, I think that's the norm. I mean, it's just that maybe I don't know what evidence they have against these students.
Maybe they were caught handed. You never know. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah, but every institution has its own rules and regulations, and if that's against the schools rules and regulations, then the students would have been more discreet and
discreet.
What is it? Come on,
That is the funniest thing. 2018 adults wanaambiwa wacheze chini.
Shule imesema. Wako shule imesema.
We have all gone through campuses and we all
So I like that part. We have all of us. And it's not just campus, it is that period of life.
Yeah.
Including the people who judge us, which is the generation before us. I feel like they're the custodians of morality and moral policing. But you know what I'm personally tired of? I'm tired of, well-functioning and logically, people who are reasoning out for themselves, adults, being policed. You can't tell someone, the law can't say when you're 18, you're legal enough to make your own decisions, but at the same time, still there are people who are telling you no. It's like there's this
because there's
this dissonance in society. Exactly, they are adults. Exactly, and the thing is this. Do you know where those people stem from? They stem from wale watu tunasikianga, kids unasikia wametoka shule 3, wamepatikana kwa matatu, they're doing whatever. Wow, religion.
Yeah, religion.
This is my bottom line.
You should not have, sex until marriage.
But
all those things. So
you know what's funny to me about religion? It likes to pick and choose what a sin is. It is in Muslim, it's in Islamic religion, extremist Islamic religion, where we find FGM happening.
Yeah.
Why don't they like bringing that up as a sin that they've not dealt with that?
Christianity.
Indeed, that's what I'm saying. Why do religions like to pick and choose what a sin is? Who gets to decide? Keep asking. Who gets to decide what is right and wrong when right and wrong is relative to everyone? If in Islam you can't, it is wrong for you to be caught in sexual acts before you're in marriage, then why don't we hear them condemn rape with the same chest? Nakifua.
It's okay. Someone has asked me to give them a heads up of what we are discussing. We are discussing about this Ugandan university that had suspended 23 students.
It's crazy. What are
engaging in sexual relationship at the campus?
What are your school fees? That's what I want to know. Sawa basi, tumeenda home, we paid the price. We've missed a semester of school. That's up to us to catch up. Sindio? Taturudishe hizo do.
My question is this the correct way of them dealing with this situation?
Before you're admitted to an institution, you sign a code of conduct. This is unasoma. Like me, I went to Desta.
No one. I'm sorry, no shame, but no one.
Mpaka testimony that you are born again Christian, nini. And then you say,
what if you're not Christian? What if you're Islam?
Virgin or not?
What if you're an Islam?
They started admitting Muslims the other day.
What do you think of that? Why did they shut out Muslims for so long if they're so righteous?
Then that's why the constitution was changed.
Yeah. Why did they have to wait for the constitution to change it? The Bible is there, and the Bible is the guide.
There are also schools that are exclusively for Muslims.
Kateti for you.
Is that right in itself? Why do we segregate?
What do you think would have been the right course of action?
You know what I think would have been the right course of action? If you feel like people are engaging in irresponsible sex, the best thing to do is educate them. No one learns through force. Hakuna mtu. They'll rebel. And do you know, that's why I'm telling you, these are the same high school kids utapata kwa matatu. They're truant. They skip school to go and engage in sex, do alcohol. It's not story to and then it's not checked. What do they do when they're usually suspended out of school or expelled? Who has fixed the problem through force? Ndio hiyo sasa university. Ndio hiyo sasa. So how exactly are we fixing a problem by not communicating to people? Force does not teach a lesson. It's like these people, and I know a lot of people argue with me, especially by saying you're not a parent yet or whatever. I don't believe in spanking kids. I do not believe in. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. And of course, it's something very personal for me because let me tell you something. I have 2 nephews, and on top of that, I've had a baby. Like I've had a lot of children I've taken care of, and of course, their parents discipline them the way they discipline them. But when it's time to be with me, communication is enough, and they get things done. You don't need to apply force because even you as a human being, you don't like force applied to you. So why is it so different with children just because they don't know any better?
Yes.
So that's the same perspective with university students. they're so infantilized. Like, we infantilize people when we want to extort something from them. So I don't know. I feel like that was not the right. If the right thing they should have done is create a program to teach them proper sex education. If you're that worried about them, especially safe sex education.
Because actually these things happen in campuses.
Yeah, who is taking after Wamerudi Shule? Who is taking safe sex classes?
Is it right that those things are happening? No, I'm just.
Zishaanza kufanyika alafu.
Zina happen. Hatujakataa, but is it right?
You are talking to a bunch of kids and you're asking them to define right or wrong.
When you never instilled what is right and wrong in the beginning. That is.
As Kenyans, that's the norm.
Wow, have we?
Is it right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not in that box.
Yes.
I've not accepted that the reality is to punish as opposed to teach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I refuse to accept that as our reality.
Guys, please comment in. Tell us what you think about this suspension by this university. You know, suspending 23 kids after allegedly being caught having sex in campus. Tell us what you think. And I want us to connect this with what has happened recently here.
Yeah.
Actually. One of our politicians, my goodness, I think this is the news that was seen everywhere. This was the news seen everywhere, guys.
I know, I saw it, the deputy governor.
Yes.
That really disturbed me. I was very
From
annoyed.
our
I was very.
leader.
No, that's not what upset me. What upset me was the fact that why was that filmed in the first place? And these are the questions. I can screenshot that tweet and share it with you. The exact thing I said, I asked. I think it was a Cyprian Nyakundi tweet, and I blocked him on Twitter, but I saw it was DM'd in a group we have on Twitter with my girlfriends that we were doing, you know, where you just discuss things. And I saw it, and when I viewed the video, I was like, I knew, first of all, there's a reason I blocked Cyprian Nyakundi. Number two is that Namizna beef na yeah, that's that.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, this is the thing. I asked, why was that thing filmed? Why were they hitting them? Why were they hitting the woman? Why were they hitting the man? Why was it filmed? Why was it filmed? And why was it shared on social media? Why do we derive so much catharsis in degradation? Why do we do that? Well, what's so fun about telling, you know, embarrass watu na kuchapa mtu na you know, just inflicting pain for the sake of teaching a lesson. And I've had so many conspiracy the stories surrounding that she was political. Those two people, the man and the woman, the husband and wife, were the con people, whatever. I don't care about those details. But this is the thing. I was looking at the reaction points, not the situation in itself. I was looking at how Kenyans were reacting. What the hell is it you want to see? What is it we derive from when people are being degraded? Meaning, do we enjoy when that happens to us? So why can't we feel people's pain like that and, you know, just draw back when you're about to react to someone and ask yourself, yes, they've made me angry, yes, they've hurt my feelings, yes, they've embarrassed me, yes, but if I was to react the way I'm feeling right now immediately, and that's how someone did something to me, how would I feel?
Yes. Elvis, what's your point of view on this?
Well, I'm glad that he came on to apologize.
Yeah, he did actually.
Yeah.
Wrong on his part.
Everyone there was wrong.
The Constitution says that, you know, Article 10 of the Constitution says that, you know, there's a way that a leader is expected to, you know, conduct themselves. And I'm glad that he has apologized. It was quite unfortunate that, you know, he had to go through that ordeal. I mean, nobody should ever go through that.
It was unfortunate he had to go through that ordeal. Let's unpack. It was unfortunate.
You never know the circumstances of what happened. We were not there, so we can't.
Well, indeed, all of that, but everything there happened to everyone through consent. Indeed, he was conned, he was manipulated, he was being filmed. Go have sex with that woman by force. At the end of the day, he was embarrassed, he was ridiculed. That was not supposed to happen to him, but people also need to take accountability for when just a small percentage of how you've contributed to your own undoing so that you can't repeat that mistake.
Yes. And on that note, I think I'd add that nobody should even, ridicule him or judge him.
No one.
Technology, we're all living in glass.
Even the woman, even the con people there.
That shit can happen to anyone.
Yeah,
and
with
so
technology.
Yes, technology, we're all living in a glass house. And so nobody should throw stones. Even the good book says, cast a stone if you're what?
Without sin.
Yes.
You're told that.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
guys.
If
You never know, we might see something popping up.
Yeah.
Alafu tukupigia simu tukuulize hii ni nini?
it can happen to anyone.
It can happen. That is true, and that is true.
I mean, I expected maybe Ezekiel Mutua to, condemn him also, but Ezekiel Mutua was like, yo, ilikuwa ujinga.
Do you see how we like to pick and choose what is right and wrong? Excuse me, and to be honest, this is my opinion. If he ever actually learns of this information and what I'm about to say, these are my opinions and not the opinions of this show. It's very interesting to me how Dr. Ezekiel Mutua is so quick to say, let's forgive that, it's okay, but there are things he goes out of his way to ensure he's the moral police for. It's just very interesting to me that,
Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll get back to Ezekiel Mutua.
Back his story.
Back his story here, by the way, guys. So, the other day, last week actually, there was this lady who stood at around, I don't know which street was this in Nairobi, carrying a placard, claiming allegedly that she is the daughter of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Well, she goes by the name, she called herself Tamara Michelle, and she said she just wanted, on the placard said she wanted to see her father, who is of course President Uhuru Kenyatta. And apparently she was arrested last week on Friday and detained at Kilimani police station, but good luck. Who is commonly known as Jaguar. Yeah. So
that was nice of him. I like that.
She came out to say that what she actually wanted was an opportunity to meet President Uhuru because she had written a song for him and she wanted to personally perform that song for him.
That's so sweet. I saw that picture and I saw that situation in passing. I didn't actually follow up on it because nilifika hiyo part they arrested her nikaboeka. Because first of all, before we even get to your part here, that was clearly for her an act of love, whether minus any conspiracy theory that is around it, any whatever. For her, if that is the truth she stated, I feel like that's a very cute thing. But let's say that for later. I think it's very interesting how we treat, I guess, mental illness in this country, because I don't want to say she's mentally ill. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I guess that's what was diagnosed. At the end of the day, that maybe she was going through it.
Yeah, she was.
She was going through it, and then.
So, oh my goodness. Oh guys, what is this?
So what is it? Oh my god, can I look? No, well, there you go.
Oh guys, oh my gosh. So guys,
well, that happened.
That was one of our bosses. He was one of our bosses. He was recently given a new appointment as the chairman of the Media Council, and people are just celebrating. You can see like he's just watched me.
I like hanging out and bump into food anytime.
And just walked in on us like that. Then he just doing what we say.
You're walking like a boss.
You're like a boss. Yes, and this meeting can take off as we finish this cake.
What do they say before? Goldfish memory.
Mental health.
Well, I think it's very, of course, what someone would observe from a distance is that in the traditional sense she's not okay. I don't know what that is, what they say she has. But why did the police arrest her? What was that about? Why do we mishandle our mental, our brothers and sisters with mental illness? I mean, Where is there no compassion and understanding, even when you don't understand?
But someone might point out that this, in the age of everybody wanting to be famous and a celebrity, this was a kind of like a publicity stunt.
But even that in itself is something that needs to be checked.
Honestly, they just want to attention seeking.
You would know from the beginning. So let us say,
even just by how she was talking, you could just tell, she was not 100, And so maybe the police arrested her to try and save the situation.
Do you see?
Detaining her for 7 days then.
But this is exactly what I'm telling you.
I'm not speaking.
Even when you say maybe, when you say that she was seeking attention, even that in itself, when you go above and beyond to do something and the outcome is obviously not realistic, that in itself is not balanced. That's not a balanced mind. So when I tell you, when you say she was seeking attention and that's still, you said no, and you said maybe.
I want to tell guys something. I feel like we need to bring Mr. Mara Richel here, guys. If you know where we can find her. I've been trying for the last week. After talking to her, but he told me that Mr. Mara doesn't have a contact. Maybe someone who is watching us knows where she says she can. Please tell us where we can find Mr. Mara. We bring her on this, and she can actually perform that song, because if she's an aspiring musician, why not we give her a platform for it?
Why not? But I mean, yeah, you know what? Maybe she's actually very okay in the head.
Yes.
But that when you know what? At the end of the day, this is the thing. Sometimes human beings surprise us because we're not used to also expressing what is inside of us.
Yeah.
If all of us expressed our emotions to the full spectrum, we feel them. Maybe we wouldn't see that she's crazy if there's anyone who thought that she's crazy. But this is the thing I want to address. It's very interesting. When people call someone attention seeking and they tag this negative perspective towards that, I think it's very important for, even when you think someone is attention seeking, still ask yourself, why is this person still going above and beyond what is apparently balanced or normal to seek attention?
Yes.
Yeah, so that we don't go around stigmatizing any kind of mental illness.
Okay, guys. There's so many comments coming in, guys. What? People are really. Katiti umeshtua watu.
Ndio mbona?
You're coming in very strong.
Really? What did I do? What did I do?
Okay,
Shout out to everyone who's watching.
One of the comments. Somebody saying, my friend, you are too young. Children are children. Hii mambo ya kutospank hawa watoto wa Kenya hawa. He's called down or didn't spoil the child. Kenyan kids.
Communication is key.
To be honest, I feel like I'm talking. I feel like I'm talking and one is listening. This is what I'm saying.
I agreed with you.
No, you agreed, but you didn't listen to me. The key is not sympathizing. The key is empathizing. When you were younger, when you wanted to be corrected, see, as you're seeking. No. Can we unpack when you were young and you were seeking attention to say uibeskari ama uvunje gari ama ufanye whatever kids do, you're seeking attention because you want attention from your parents for care and love and all of that. But you do things without knowing you do things without knowing the greater good. So at the end of the day, this is the thing. When you're doing that, did you expect to be corrected or for that to be responded to with violence?
I'm so sorry.
Kuchapa mtu ni violence.
Can I This room seems to be very excited. We are having a lot of noise going on. Our audience can not even hear what we are talking about. Can we please have some silence? Katiti can continue, please.
Is this still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I was asking if it was still recording. Just put it out there. Yes. Basically, what was I talking about? Goldfish memory.
Yeah.
What was
violence is.
This is the thing. When you're younger, this is the thing. When you're younger and you did something, you need to unpack how children do things.
Yes.
in the terms of even you did that when you were younger. So when you did these things, did you expect correction in the form of violence?
Okay.
So do you feel like spank? That's nice. Oh my God. You know what, Sal? Chapeni watoto wenyu. Let's see how they'll feel when they're 20.
This thing happening. There's a hashtag going around called Lit 360, and it's very amazing.
What is that?
It's about lit people. What is lit about you? Is it dancing? Is it acting? Is it singing? Is it being a DJ? And I just want people to tell us, and please use the hashtag Lit360 and share just what is amazing about you. And you can stand a chance to win a cash prize of 5,000 shillings. Guys, I know that's a lot of money.
Kila mtu. Hata mimi hapa.
That's a lot of money for the weekend that is coming up, and we have a holiday coming up also. So guys, share what is lit about you on the hashtag Lit360 on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and maybe you can get a chance to be one of those winners. Yeah.
Yes. That sounds so interesting. Mimi nataka tuingize kwa hiyo, you know, inside. No, it's not nepotism. It's not nepotism.
Now let's move on to this interesting story of about a white woman who turned herself black and actually went ahead to adopt a Kenyan name. Martina Big, that's the name of the lady.
Actually, she did what? Abu, we started again. You know, every day I hear something new. I'm so impressed by people.
In the wake of slave queens bleaching their skins, there are people who actually want melanin.
Well,
she actually did,
you know, that's
the reverse of Michael Jackson.
You know, that's fetishization. You know that when white people convert back to black skin, it's fetishization of our struggles, and that is a form of racism in itself.
Let me first explain to you guys what we are all talking about here. So she's called Martina B, the 29-year-old German woman who turned herself black, has now adopted the Kenyan name Malaika Mkubwa. That's her baptismal name, actually.
Wait, cue her opening an NGO, getting funding, making money out of some type of suffering.
Let me just finish. Her transformation came after she spent more than 6 million to have breast implants that earned her the tag, the woman with the biggest boobies in Europe. Her breasts now weigh a massive 12 kilograms. In an interview with The Sun last year, Big said that she admired the dark skin of Africans and had decided to turn herself black. Let us see that short interview she did. She actually speaks. I think if my director can pull up that video for us to watch it.
More than skin deep. It's heritage and pedigree and tradition and history and struggle. It's all of those things that you can't hope to get anywhere near with 3 tanning injections.
No, but also all these steps, also having black curly hairs and going to change also my nose to really African version, also more wider here,
so and further surgery,
and also have and also have blood implants. Like also, I like the curves of black women, and I want to get them step by step. That's the reason why I'm going to be in January. I want to go to Africa to learn more about the cultures, to avoid misunderstandings.
But you
learn more about the cultures and the person itself.
But you understand that race and colour is much more than skin deep. It's heritage and pedigree and tradition and history and struggle. It's all of those things that you can't hope to get anywhere near with 3 tanning injections.
No, but also all these steps, also having black curly hairs and going to change also my nose to really African version, also more wider here,
and further surgery,
and also have and also have blood implants. Like also, I like the curves of black women, and I want to get them step by step. That's the reason why I'm going.
So Elvis, he likes the curves of a black woman. That's one of the reasons that inspired her to change herself.
I don't know, man, she looks like, I mean, I don't know if I should maybe probably be kind to her, because I think probably she has, you know, mental illness, or she just has a lot of money to waste, because all these procedures are not cheap.
Yes.
For you to want to be something else that you're not, and, you know, spend all this money, put your health on the line, shows that probably before even the doctors, you know, do the procedures, they should probably check you, you know, they should, you know, get you someone to, you know, talk to you, probably talk you out of it, or, you know, just make you understand, like make you appreciate yourself more and not want to be something else. I don't see a difference between her wanting to be black and curvy with, you know, our ladies wanting to be, you know, brown skin and fake boobies and ass. So
I think for her, she actually went the extra mile in going through surgery, because a lot of ladies out here, and correct me if I'm wrong, are constantly changing themselves. If you see a picture of them 10 years ago, it's very different from how they look now. They have lighter skin shades. You know, they have done something to their faces or something. Ladies do this.
She sounds absolutely crazy. Akona upuzi nyingi sana. I'm not about to hold my tongue, and I'm about to rant and say something that I don't think people are very ready to listen to. Let me start with this. The politics of being a black woman and being a white woman are not for the luxury of the people who can afford it. Just because you have money and you can go and bleach your skin and you can go and add. First of all, this woman chases after shock value. She got a breast size that is not naturally. I mean, I can't imagine what type of backache she has. You have 30. I'm a 34D. I lost weight. I used to be a double D. I'm a 34D, and I still have to deal with posture, ensuring I have proper posture. So it's not something I think if you're in the right sense, you'd go and uchukwe football, weke hapa. And then, since that is not the fad, because of how at this moment black culture is influencing the agenda in the world right now, that's the next best thing she can afford with her money. You want to be a black woman without the suffrage we incur on a daily basis as being, first of all, a woman, and on top of that, as being a black woman. We have struggles times 2. You think your money can buy off colorism, you think your money can buy off the struggles of, the wage gap that is there for black women. Do you think it's funny that she can go and decide, she can go back to being white? Can we do that as black women? When she has embraced cars, very great. Let's tell that to Vera Sidika, who is shamed every day for using her body, which is her resource, to make money. If that is indeed the work she does, excuse me, Vera, that I'm not a hater. I'm just giving that as an example of what people say is that her and Huda are into sex work. Where's the evidence? And if indeed they are into sex work, your body is a resource. And when black women claim that agency and power, we are shamed constantly and consistently for it. Patriarchal violence on black women is not something you can buy off with money, or you can just come into and be a black man the day you want to. Because first of all, it is not within my rights to appropriate a culture I have not contributed to and I have not suffered through to enjoy the rights and its beauty. You understand? Because in the beauty of being African is a great struggle of colonialism. And she wipes that completely clean when she changes her color. Even with any chemical and it will still represent what is happening today. The colonizer taking our culture and our resources for their benefit. Because look at us as kwa TV for something that we are degraded for every day. Inaniwasha sana because ni upuzi.
Because actually one of the interviewers who was interviewing her asked her, he asked her that black is skin deep. It's not a matter of it's a matter of history, the long history that is there.
If you really love our culture, why don't you come to Africa, tutengenezee hapa, lami pale uyoni. If you really feel like your money ya ujui kile unaweza fanya nayo, and for sure you love African people, recompense us for the colonial every single day what they take from us, those are your people. Recompense us for that. All the riches come from Africa, all of them, whether it is physical labor, whether it is tangible resources or not. All the riches come from Africa.
Do you have anything to add?
I just feel like we really.
I tried to, I was very kind on her PR answers.
It's okay.
She's gone all out.
It's okay. I will speak for my ancestors. I will speak for the ancestors who have struggled so hard and they never saw the freedom of black culture being celebrated. They only lived at a time where black culture was being oppressed. And it still is to some extent, but I speak for them because your ancestors were to man. Allah. And even for it to be made into a joke. It's like saying blackness is a joke. Is it a joke?
No, it's not. Okay, guys, let's move on to our last topic of the day. There's this teenage girl who made a surprise grand entrance during her prom. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that. Can we see the clip? You have the clip?
Yeah, we have pictures actually.
Okay.
So she decided to go, she thought, what would I do to stand out in this prom? And decided to come in a coffin, inside a casket.
Yes, that's how you stir for the kids. You make an entrance.
Inside a casket, like, whoa. I can't even be 10 feet near a casket, just like that.
Well, yeah.
Huh?
Well, but it's important to make an entrance. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Look at the way she was smiling, like, she's just so happy.
Yeah.
Like,
what? This
she
reminds
had all her makeup done.
Well, of course, maybe a lot of people might find this macabre because of how Africans view as death. But this reminds me of a tweet I saw this week how guys were just saying, it's kujizika watu ni colonial. You know that? Like, our ancestors, like this person sitting how Kikuyus in the past, ukakufa unachwa kwa forest because nature is supposed to take its course. You're of the earth. You're supposed to go back to the earth. You're not supposed to be in a box. Kosimiti.
Yeah.
How do you go back and reincarnate? So the thing is this, our understanding of death needs to be we need to unlearn and relearn that. But of course you got me there doing this. This is making an entrance. Allah, I didn't buy that dress. Allah.
Comes out and then now
but I feel like that signifies rebirth for her. I think maybe that's what she was going for. That was supposed to represent that's a night of rebirth. Maybe she really
I think she just wanted to kill it.
Yeah.
like we all
literally.
And it's been done before. Papa John.
So true. Yeah, $5. Yeah. That was a good event.
Aliingia pale na bonge la coffin. So I mean, it's okay. Ni kama it will make us sleep better at night.
That's true.
What made it more easier for her was the fact that she was actually an intern at a morgue. So it's actually something
she's
planned for like months. How am I going to make an? And after this, she got tons of phone calls from morgue directors who are offering her a job. Actually,
and you need hustle. Can we never shame something? So it's very easy for us, and it's very important for us to see certain occupations as okay because Vile Kenya is looking, But the way we shame certain professions when they're actually talents, utapata watu wanakosa njia ya ku make real money from what they love to do. If you're out there and this is the type of work you like to do, must they go full throttle? Even though unapata biashara yake and you become a millionaire.
It's true.
How do you think akina Umasha are making their money? You think that person is sleeping hungry?
Yes.
Hell no.
Do you have any comments that you can read for us from what people are saying about our new guest Katiti here?
On the topics
and the topics of contribution also, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned to an extra.
Isaiah Oyugi Isaiah said that
it's kind of
he said you cannot expect us not to discuss nudity when someone is out there, misbehaving. You do not expect when it's in the public.
When it's in the public.
You do not expect us, not to talk about it because it's out there. And I think that's the same thing I said. With technology, we're all living in a glass house, man.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Be careful.
And you said his name is Oyugi?
Yeah,
Oyugi. And to be honest, and I feel that's important. If we can all normalize nudity so that we can just move on from being violent to anyone who feels the need to, ave tumbo cut, ave booty shots, afanye bila nataka. By all means, let's normalize nudity, and that's not what I had a problem with. What I had a problem with is how people derived joy from a situation that looked like they were actually suffering and embarrassed. And it's not like people can't be caught cheating. Hypocrisy. We act like things are so abstract. We act this idea of separation where we feel like the people in power are not human beings. We put them on this pedestal. When they fall, we either feel happy about it or we're so deeply aggravated by it to the point we forget these are human beings and the way we behave. The same way they behave.
There's this absolutely. I think this one was referring to our earlier story about the Uganda University, and he's saying that it's happening everywhere in the world. Everything came by internet.
Is that true? I'd this is what I feel. Can we learn to, of course, yes, we can't take away the responsibility of globalization through the internet, and of course the culture lines and moral lines blurring because of just how much cultures are blending and fusing. But at the same time, let's not always be so quick to put the blame on someone else before we deal with our contribution to a situation, before we start now unpacking how someone else was involved and led to,
I think we had such an amazing conversation today.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think we need to have Katiti again on the show. Wow.
Definitely. Oh, I agree. I need to, we need to see very beautiful people every day.
Are we back at this again?
So when I was talking about you, why did you presume? What are you presuming? I did this. These hands are pointing at any direction.
And the second hand. We need to see more beautiful people on the show. Like you too. Before show nimewambia manze mnanifanya nikae mweusi sana.
This is the thing I said. Just don't be that person who thinks it's just for men. Don't be that guy.
People should comment on that.
Fenty Beauty did this shade for dark skinned people ndio iko ya wasichana pekee.
Mimi na Masai mingi mwanangu.
Skin is naturally.
We need to close this show.
I know.
Don't forget, go to the hashtag lit360. Tell us what is lit about you. Guys are already there. I see such amazing videos of someone doing, a standalone rap.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was
talented.
We have so much talent out here, and we don't know about it. And this is the opportunity for you to actually show yourself.
And it's not one of those marketing gimmicks.
Yeah.
There was one running the other day where thousands of people, were posting video with that hashtag. Then it was reduced to, I don't want to, mention names, but it was just a marketing gimmick. This is not a marketing gimmick.
It's very real.
Verified.
Actually a chance, not only one person, a lot of people winning a cash prize of 5,000 Kenya shillings.
Mimi nataka kuwa next. Jamani simnisaidie na pesa ya weekend. Mnipe, what if you're good people.
Record video alafu
nipewe snippets ya show.
Don't forget to go on Nairobi News website. It's nairobinews.nation.co.ke for this and more amazing stories and interesting gossip stories. You'll find them there. Also follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Nairobi News. Please go follow us and follow our also individual social media platforms. I'll ask Katiti maybe to give you her social media handles so you can
on my cloud. We thank God. You can follow me on social media at Katiti Kiteta. That's everywhere. I'm the only one of my kind. Gosh, I am one of one.
But it's a very twister name.
Katiti Kiteta.
Get it right, guys. Katiti Kiteta. Elvis people know you already.
Very unique name.
Kabisa.
I thank my ancestors.
Yangu ni
Kumbuka. I don't know. Sylvania, umeona nini? You know when M-Pesa hits, when that M-Pesa, unajua kitoka kwa nani?
Yeah.
Kitoka kwa nani? It's important.
Acha kuchoma. Instagram at Ole Samperu, Facebook and Twitter at Elvis Saningo.
Yes, and I am Sylvania. You can follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Sylvania Mbani. From us this week, it's a wrap. See you next week, and maybe we'll get a glimpse of Katiti again.
Definitely.
Hopefully, this time we'll manzia lunch, Sylvania.
Tuta demonstrate usipomleta.
Oh wow.
Okay, bye guys.
With placards. No Katiti, no show.
Oh wow. Wewe utavuta kazi.